Do married couples need counseling, or is it only for singles? Also, what if one of the partners does not see the need for counseling? How do you convince him or her? Of course, married couples need counseling. It's not only singles that need counseling. Now, it depends on why you think you guys need counseling. You may get to a point where you have difficulties and it's difficult navigating some aspects of your life. When you're not careful, like I said earlier, sometimes when women start having children, it's natural to start shifting their attention on the children, and naturally the man will not be happy. So it's possible, if you don't navigate it carefully, there will be crisis in that relationship. So you need someone to tell you quickly that, hey, you are beginning to shift all your attention on the children, and that's why your husband is not happy. It's not that your husband has stopped loving you, but all your attention is now on the children. Or in some cases, maybe the man is now making more money, is getting busier. You need to make time for your family, that kind of a thing. Don't get too busy that you're not making time for your family just because you have all the money in the world. So work on it. Yes, married people need counseling. Now, what if the person does not see the need for counseling? Let me tell you the strategy. Buy tapes like this, or get audio messages like this, or sermons like this. Be playing it in the house. No matter how deaf he wants to be or she wants to be, little bits out of it will be getting to his ears. Watch some skits. In fact, there are some short videos online about some of these things that you are dealing with, isn't it? And when you see videos like that, once in a while, share it with him. But don't share the ones that it will be so obvious that he's the one they are talking about. Or don't share the ones that it will be obvious that she's the one they are talking about. Just share the one that is general. But the matter has been touched, but it's general, and share those ones. Start playing some of those things. Just play it regularly. Before you know it, then, and let me tell you one thing. If you think it's the man that is being difficult and does not want to seek counseling, I've told you, there are matters that can only be settled in the Holy of Holies. Enter the Holy of Holies, have a communion, have a fellowship. Start by singing praise and worship. When you start with praise and worship, then you go to worship proper. When you finish worship proper, you can return to. They don't understand the code. Married people, you don't understand what I'm saying. Jesus. Married people I'm talking about, because the question concerns married people. So married people sing praise and worship with that. Okay, praise and worship means foreplay. You want me to say it plainly? Praise and worship. You have worship. After worship, you can go back to Akpala genre, and then you can then return to what other genre do we have now? Whatever genre works for you and your husband, you have that worship. Then you gradually walk down the aisle into the Holy of Holies. Now, when you have finished the sermon, at least I was worship before sermon. When you have finished the sermon, then you give each other feedback. That's called customer service. After the customer service, yes, you can take offering. Then when you now finish the offering, you now give the announcement. The announcement is this, this one. If you don't understand, if you are not married, it's okay. If you are married, if you don't understand, ask me after the service. I will explain further. Okay, I hope I've answered that. So, but get tapes and discuss using, or use the tape to stylishly pass your message across. Or, make sure that, first of all, have you noticed? Okay, married people in the house, can you please raise your hand? Everyone who is married, please raise your hand. Let me just see something. Everyone who is married, come on, married people. Okay. Have you noticed that generally, married people, after having sex, your communication with your spouse improves? Have you noticed? It's the truth. After having sex. So sex opens the mouth of the man. He say, he doesn't like talking. He doesn't have sex first and see what happens after having sex. There is no matter how spiritual the person, no matter how anointed the person is, after having sex, couples are naturally chatty. So all those things that he doesn't want to talk about, into the Holy of Holies. When you come back, the both of you will come out smiling. That's why when I teach in the corporate world, I tell them, bankers, I say, once you notice that somebody comes to the office, they say, I want to service Latin. They've given him proper service, or they've given out proper service. So they come to you see one of your bosses that is acting funny, and all that. It's not you, it's the madam that has misbehaved with the boss. So pray for your bosses that their spouses will give them open doors, open access, so that when they come to the office, they come to the office happy. So is the truth. Okay, let me take the final question.